Hello, I'm Dr. Mary Newport. I'm a physician who practiced in the Tampa Bay area of Florida in newborn intensive care units for 30 years. I'm also an author of books and a speaker on the subject of ketones as an alternative fuel for the brain in Alzheimer's and other disorders. The reason I have written these books and speak about it is because my husband, Steve, had early onset Alzheimer's disease. And when he was 58 years old in 2008, he had a very dramatic improvement when he began consuming virgin coconut oil with each of his meals. Steve had so much improvement that he was able to start working as a volunteer in my hospital. And some of the improvements that we saw were his ability to carry on a normal conversation. He had tremors that disappeared. He was able to walk normally again. He had a slow, stiff gait, and he was able to pick up his feet and run after a couple of months. And then after about 3 months, he was able to start reading again, and later comprehending what he read and remembering what he had read earlier in the day. So Steve's improvement lasted for nearly 4 years before he had a major setback. So how could coconut oil help somebody with Alzheimer's disease? Well, coconut oil contains fats called medium-chain triglycerides. They're about 70% of the fats in coconut oil. And the thing about medium-chain fatty acids is that the liver converts them to ketones. So in Alzheimer's disease, there's a problem of getting glucose into certain areas of the brain, and glucose is a necessary fuel for these cells to carry on their activities. Ketones are an alternative fuel for the brain, and when you consume medium-chain triglycerides, the liver converts part of them to ketones. So these ketones can be used to help fuel the brain. The rest of the medium-chain triglycerides can be used by the brain and other organs directly as fuel. But there are also special characteristics of these fatty acids. One, called capric acid, causes multiplication of tiny organelles within all of our cells called mitochondria, where energy is produced. And capric acid also has anti-seizure activity. Caprylic acid is the most ketogenic, produces the highest levels of ketones of the medium-chain fatty acids. And lauric acid is half of the fat in coconut oil, and it is highly antimicrobial. It kills many types of viruses, bacteria, fungus, and protozoa. And these have been studied intensively as possible causes or contributors to Alzheimer's disease. So potentially controlling an infection is one of the things that coconut oil may be able to help with. Also, there is serious inflammation going on in the brain in Alzheimer's disease. And virgin coconut oil contains polyphenols that are antioxidants and have anti-inflammatory properties, so could potentially help control infection in Alzheimer's disease. Many other brain disorders also have inflammation as part of what is going on. So my husband was only one person who improved with coconut oil. However, between 2008 and 2014, I started collecting emails from caregivers of people with Alzheimer's and dementia and other neurological conditions, and sometimes the person themselves. And these added up to 288 cases. And I had the opportunity to present these as a poster presentation at the Alzheimer's Association International Conference this year, 2023, in Amsterdam. And what my study showed was that of the 288 people, about 90% had reported some type of improvement. Now, I expect that people would be more likely to write to me if they experienced improvement. However, 10% of the people said that they did not see improvement. Of the people that improved, about 2/3 reported some type of improvement in their memory and or their cognition. About 1/3 of them reported improvements in their speech, their interaction with others, their ability to recognize family members. Another 1/3 reported improvements in their mood and behavior. It's very common for people with Alzheimer's to suffer from depression and anxiety and behavior problems. So this was really quite a remarkable response that I have received from other people, and I was very pleased to be able to present that information. So look around the website. I think you will find very good information on this website.